Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a water bear who worked tirelessly every day. His job was to fetch water from a stream far away and bring it back to his master's house. To carry the water, he used a long pole with two large pots tied on either end. One of the pots was perfect. It had no cracks and always delivered a full portion of water. The other pot, however, was cracked. Because of the crack, it leaked water along the way. By the time the water bearer reached the house, only half the water in the cracked pot remained. This went on for 2 whole years. The perfect pot felt proud of its flawless performance, but the cracked pot felt miserable and ashamed. One day, as the water bearer was preparing to fetch water, the cracked pot finally spoke up. "Master," it said with a trembling voice, "I feel so guilty. I'm not as good as the other pot. Because of my crack, I lose water every day, and I fail you." The water bearer stopped and looked at the pot with a kind smile. "Why do you feel this way?" he asked. The pot replied, "For 2 years I've tried to carry a full load of water, but I always fail. I am broken and I can't be fixed. I am useless." The water bearer listened carefully and then said, "Let's do something different today. On our way back to the house, I want you to pay close attention to your side of the path. Look at the ground where the water spills from you." The cracked pot didn't understand, but it agreed. As they walked back from the stream, the pot noticed something it had never seen before. Along its side of the path, beautiful flowers were blooming: yellow daisies, red poppies, and delicate bluebells. The other side of the path, where the perfect pot hung, was bare and dry. When they reached the house, the water bearer set the pots down and asked, "What did you see?" The pot replied, "There are flowers growing along my side of the path. They're so beautiful, but I don't understand what this has to do with me." The water bearer chuckled softly and said, "You see, I've always known about your crack. Instead of seeing it as a flaw, I decided to make use of it. I planted flower seeds along your side of the path. Every day as we walked, the water you leaked nourished those seeds. For 2 years, I've been able to pick those flowers and bring joy to my master's home. Without your crack, those flowers wouldn't exist." The cracked pot was stunned. For the first time, it didn't feel broken. It felt proud. "You mean I've been helping all this time?" it asked. "Yes," said the water bearer with a smile. "You may think of yourself as flawed, but your imperfection created something truly beautiful. You've served a greater purpose than you ever realized." From that day on, the cracked pot was no longer ashamed. It carried its crack with pride, knowing that its imperfection made the world a little more beautiful.